Hi, this is Galina and my Russian language video course for beginners from NotesForRU. And today we will learn our first vocabulary lesson, and the topic is how to introduce yourself. And before we start, I want you to repeat a little bit about grammar that we learned last lesson. Let's see. First rule that we learned was about articles. In Russian language, we don't have articles and you don't need to think about them. Second, to form a simple sentence, you do not need to use am, is, or are. For example, to say this is mother, you have to say это мама. You don't need to use the present tense of the verb to be. To ask a simple question, you don't need to change the order of words, just you need to change the intonation. For example, это мама, it's a simple sentence, this is the mother, and the question is, это мама, is this the mother? So it's quite simple. And useful words, это, вот, вон, не, да, and нет. Это, which means this is. Это мама. Вот and вон, which means here is, here are. Это яблоко или вот яблоко, вон яблоко. Вот and вон, you always show something. Не, which means not. Это не турист. This is not a tourist. And simple answers да and нет. If I ask, это турист? Is this a tourist? You can answer да, это турист, or нет, это не турист. No, it is not a tourist. That's all that we learned last lesson. Now let's start our vocabulary lesson number 1. And I will teach you how to introduce yourself and how to say hello in Russian. The simple word to say hello in Russian is привет. Привет, which means hi. It's quite informal word and you can use it when you say hello, hi to your friends or maybe close relatives. Another word is quite difficult to pronounce, but you will learn it. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. Please note that we have additional letter V here, but we do not pronounce it as it is very difficult to pronounce that many consonants together. Здравствуйте. Те, it's kind of optional. You can say it without здравствуйте. It will be здравствуй and it will be a little bit less formal. Здравствуйте means hello. You cannot, for example, use hi, привет, when you go to a bank or when you talk to your teacher. To talk to kind of elder people or maybe people you don't know, you must use word здравствуйте. Another, доброе утро, which means good morning. Доброе утро. Here you can see or, and here also you can see or, but this or is without accent. That's why they will be reduced. That's why we read it like a. Доброе утро. Утро means morning, good morning. Добрый день, which means good afternoon. Добрый день. Look at the difference, доброе and добрый. I will explain you in our next grammar lesson why we have to put different endings of adjectives. Добрый день, which means good afternoon. Добрый вечер, which means good evening. Добрый вечер. Утро is morning, день is afternoon or day, and вечер is evening. And here is words that you can learn from this slide. Утро, день, вечер. Next. Let's learn how to introduce yourself, how to talk about your name. People might ask you, как тебя зовут? What is your name? Как тебя зовут? Sometimes they can ask как вас зовут. It's a more polite way because тебя and вас, it's two different pronouns. Вас, it's a more polite way, and you can use it when you talk to people you don't know very well or to elder people. And literally it means how do they call you? In English language, you have construction, what is your name? In Russian language, we don't have this construction. We ask, как тебя зовут? And it means, how do they call you? Как means how, тебя or вас means you, зовут means call. So a little bit different construction, but exactly similar meaning. Тебя, it is another form of ты. Ты, you know, ты means you, and тебя is just another form of you. Like similar in English languages, your is another form of you. What is your name? So just don't focus on it much. Remember two sentences. Как тебя зовут? What is your name? Or как вас зовут? It's exactly similar meaning. To answer this, you can say this sentence. Меня зовут Galina. That's about me. Меня зовут Galina. My name is Galina. Again, in English language, you have construction my name is. In Russian language, we have construction they call me Galina. They call me Galina, and they is missing here. We don't need to put it, they call. We just say call me Galina. Also people can ask about your surname. Как твоя фамилия? What is your surname? Here I think it's exact translation of English sentence. Another option can be как ваша фамилия. Do you remember как тебя зовут, как вас зовут? It's exactly similar example. Как твоя фамилия? You can ask people you know very well, or maybe your friends, or people same age with you. But как ваша фамилия? You normally ask people you met for the first time. And the answer is quite simple. Моя фамилия Agarwal. That's again about me. Я Galina Agarwal. My surname is Agarwal. Моя фамилия Agarwal. And at the end of this conversation you can say очень приятно. Очень приятно. Nice to meet you. And очень means a lot, very. Приятно means nicely, pleasantly. So it is not exact translation of the English sentence, but it has similar meaning. Очень приятно. So after you ask name of the person and surname, and after you say hello, hi, you can say очень приятно. Now let's learn some useful words. Спасибо, which means thank you. Спасибо. I will tell you a little bit more about this word. It has very interesting origin. And пожалуйста. Пожалуйста. Again, you can see the letter Y here, but we don't read it because it's not very comfortable for Russian pronunciation to read this with Y. Пожалуйста. Again, you can see O letter, but we read it like A because it's reduced. Пожалуйста, it can mean please, or it can mean you are welcome. So after you can say спасибо, people can say you пожалуйста, which means you're welcome. And more about the word спасибо. It's just to make this word easier for you to remember. Many years ago in Russian language we used to say спаси тебя Бог. God save you. Yeah, спаси means save, Бог means God, and тебя is normally missing, so God save. And a little bit later, there's two words, спасибо, combined into one word, and it became спасибо, and G is missing. So that's kind of interesting story of this word. Okay, and also when you introduce yourself, it's very common in Russia to ask about your nationality. It's just introduction topic because I will give you a full range of nationalities and countries a little bit later. Now we will learn just few of them to give you some sense. Я русская, я русский. Different endings we have here because it's a different gender. About gender I will explain you in the next grammar lesson. Я русская, it means some girl or woman talking about herself. It's a feminine ending, русская. Я русский, it means that a man talking about himself. I'm Russian. Я русская, я русский. Меня зовут Галина, моя фамилия Agarwal, я русская. Yeah, honestly, it's not a very Russian surname, Agarwal. It's an Indian surname, but that's how life is. Я англичанка, я англичанин. I'm an English woman, I am an Englishman. Англичанка and англичанин are formed from the word Anglia. Anglia, it means England in Russian language. But when we say Anglia, sometimes we mean entire United Kingdom. So Англичанка, it's an English woman, англичанин, an Englishman. Again, different words for different genders. Я американка, я американец. Again, американка for women, американец for men. I am American. And last one, let's do about Indian. Yeah? Я индианка, я индиец. I am Indian. And now let's have some reading practice using some words that we have learned this lesson. Добрый день, which means good afternoon. Здравствуйте. Hello. Меня зовут Виктор. My name is Victor. Моя фамилия Суриков. My surname is Surikov. Очень приятно. Nice to meet you. А меня зовут Джон. And my name is John. Or they call me John. John Weston. Вы англичанин? Are you an Englishman? Да, я англичанин. Yes, I am an Englishman. А вы русский? And you are Russian? Да, я русский. In the next vocabulary lesson, we will learn everything about your family. And also I will tell you how to say goodbye in Russian, that we don't mix it with hello, and today's topic was quite big for you to learn. So what we have learned today: how to say hi, hello, how to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, how to talk about your name, your surname and your nationality. And from today you can start having basic discussions with your Russian friends. You can ask them about their names, you can ask them about their nationalities, and you can say Здравствуйте, Привет in Russian, and all your Russian friends will be very happy. So, if you have any questions or you want to download materials in a Word format and then print it, please go to my website NotesForRU.com, or also you can visit my Facebook page NotesForRU Online Russian Lessons. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and I will see you soon, and bye!